On this Veterans Day, I'd like to share a memory that forever cemented the gratitude that I have for the men and women who served our country. When I was Miss America, the USO invited me to participate in bids to support our military. And they asked me to lay a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier because Operation Iraqi Freedom was at its peak. And I remember driving past Arlington National Cemetery and seeing the thousands of little white monuments, memorials to courageous men and women who sacrificed their lives for our country and in defense of freedom. When it was time for me to lay the wreath, I walked down the marble steps, I laid the wreath before the tomb, and then I stood while taps was played. And in that moment, with nothing but the sound of taps breaking the silence, I looked out over the vast expanse, and I reflected on the many men and women who died in defense of freedom and for love of our country. It was a moment that was so poignant and affecting that it almost took my breath away. I felt like I could barely breathe. I also made hospital visits to the rooms of men who had just returned from Iraq, who had been injured in combat. Their stories were both inspiring but heartbreaking. One man had just learned that he would be paralyzed for the rest of his life. He was only 21 years old, and he faced a most uncertain future. Another man told me about losing his best friend on the battlefield in combat, and the gratitude he felt that he was able to have his own life, but the guilt he felt that his friend had not survived. And then I met another young man who had just received his Purple Heart that morning. I left the hospital in awe of their bravery and sacrifice, and so grateful that they were willing to be so courageous in defense of each and every one of us. Our country must honor this legacy of sacrifice by serving those who have served us so nobly. Whether it's by processing veterans' disability compensation claims in a more timely manner, making mental health services more widely accessible for our veterans, or creating a better support system for veterans who are returning to college, our country must do a better job of repaying the debt of gratitude that we owe to each and every one of them. And so on this Veterans Day, may we all resolve to give our very best to our veterans, because they have given the very best for each and every one of us and for our great country. And we pray that God will bless each of them for their service. We now are going to have Jonathan Titus, a Marine veteran and Parkland student, do a presentation of veterans and order of service.